Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I've been thinking, and I think that something I actually do want to try in this episode is helping out in the medbay. Early on, we were spending a lot of time with Tang, of course, and one of the things that came out of that was getting those little pop-ups that we helped Tang. And I feel like that's really important, and we haven't seen that happen in a long time. Maybe it's just through proximity to Tang and the engineering wing that helping out in the med bay gets us closer to her, but I also kind of hope it gives us new scenes where maybe we can help her out. Before we do that, though, I am going to rest in the garden because my stress is up pretty high. Relax. It hasn't been long enough for the flowering trees to mature, but they've been planted. Hopeful little saplings barely distinguishable from weeds, stretching their thin fingers to the sky. In the years to come, even long after you're gone, these trees will shelter future generations. It's dizzying to think about the future on that scale. They're so small now, just like the colony, but in the future, they will be so much more. What do we want to forget? Secret Fun Times Club? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. You roll out of bed at noon, because you're allowed to, because it's your birthday, but also because you're exhausted. You barely slept at all last night. You've been having these nightmares since the siege, more and more every night, like they're trying to tell you something urgent. You can't make any sense of it. All the imagery is jumbled together, all these possibilities and timelines and things that might happen. Some nights you wake up in a cold sweat, a scream already in your throat. You sit on the edge of your bed, run a hand through your hair and check your hollow palm. A few people wished you happy birthday, but that's all. You guess you're getting older. Birthdays aren't as important as they used to be. Right, and Mars wants to meet you for lunch in the lounge today. You'll have to practice your smile. Go meet her. As you enter the lounge, surprise! You do your very best to play along and act surprised. Woo, streamers, balloons, great. +3 on third stage of challenges. Ooh. Is that Tammy? Is that what Tammy would look like now? I miss Tammy. Well, obviously, she has an adult design that we've seen a few times, but I really, really hope she's savable in a future playthrough. All your friends are standing around, wearing goofy hats and clapping. Nami is holding a bunch of balloons larger than they are, and Rex is wearing a cute little waiter's outfit with a bow tie. You accept their hugs and birthday wishes, trying to hide your exhausting, and demurring with a few pointed, "All this for me? You shouldn't have. No, really." Rex wanders around with a tray full of little snacks, offering them to everyone with a vampy accent and a silly, airheaded giggle. The goofball act chips away at the natural awkwardness of a surprise party. That is, the first 5 minutes after everyone shouts surprise, and soon everyone is laughing and enjoying themselves. Despite your exhaustion, you start to smile too. Your friends are so amazing, and they're all here because they care about you. Then, you get some unexpected guests. The lounge begins to fill with Helio kids, mostly ones you don't know. The ones who usually keep to themselves and, well, don't much like you original stratospheric kids. Vase and Anemone are with them, his arm draped over her shoulders. Anemone gives you a little wave of acknowledgement for your birthday, which earns a weird look from Vase. Oh no, she's completely turned over to the side of evil, this one. I'm so sorry we lost you, Anemone. Hey, who invited you guys? Cal says, stepping forward with his hands clenched. This is a private party. It's a public lounge, Vase replies. We can sit wherever we want. Cal stomps right into the midst of the Helios. You guys think that just because you fell out of the sky, you're the wormhole's gift to Vertumna, he spits out. We don't need you. We never needed you. All you do is make things worse. Like this party. You've rarely seen Cal so ready for a fight. He doesn't seem to care that the body language of the Helio kids has changed from cocky to dangerous. You're just a bunch of Fascists, Cal continues. You and Loom. The lounge erupts, chairs screeching across the floor as the Helios jump to their feet, yelling at Cal, calling the colony illegal and Cal a fugitive. They jostle him around, but Cal plants his feet and stands his ground. You hear a bottle breaking and see someone advancing on Cal. He's not backing down. Yeah, no, I don't have friendship with Vase or Anemone. Stop it. Your voice is drowned out by their argument. Then someone throws a punch, and it's all chaos from there. Despite Cal's bravado and brawny physique, he's no fighter. One of the Helio kids socks him in the stomach, and he goes down like a felled gnarl tree. Rex throws himself between Cal and his assailants, catching a few kicks on Cal's behalf before the Helios get tired and leave, with a few parting shots at Cal's alleged romantic interactions with the float cows. So mean. Vase doesn't get involved, but he doesn't stop them either. He's the last to leave the lounge, staring hard at Rex before smirking and turning away. Rex helps Cal to his feet. First time, huh? He says, dusting off Cal's clothes. Don't worry, they probably got it out of their system. Good on you for sticking up for yourself. Anemone lingers at a distance, clearly angry at Cal, but feeling bad about the fight. What the hell are these? Oh, are those piercings? Okay, I thought they were like a growth. These spikes on his arm. I thought they were like a growth of some kind. I think they're piercings. Which is a weird thing to have on your arm, but I don't know. Rex has his own fashion sense. I'm not gonna judge. Did I read this? Anemone lingers at a distance, clearly angry at Cal, but feeling bad about the fight. Well, Mars exclaims, clapping her hands. That was enough excitement. I think let's move on to the important part, cake and presents. Under Mars's skillful party hosting hand, the mood shifts back to festive. You enjoy your presents and your cake, but tensions boiling over like that is a bad omen for the rest of the year. I must say, I was not charmed by Rex very much. I haven't been focusing on him. I feel like a big part of his story is, this is just my intuition speaking, I think that he is not treated well, now or ever, in his time on the Heliopause. I think that he was bullied by Vase and his cronies. And I think, this is obviously a game where you can play as any gender and you can romance any gender, but Rex is very, very gay-coded to me, like very flamboyant in his dress sense and personality, and I think that he was probably treated poorly for that. And that's what he was talking about, like your first time being assaulted by the Helios bullies. That's what he was talking about there. That's just my prediction. I'm definitely gonna play this game again and focus more on other characters in the future, but that's my prediction. Alright. Plenty of that. Cal, can I just check on you? Are you doing okay after that fight? He's hauling a huge bag of fertilizer and says, I like to see a soldier do that. You keep doing you, Cal. Cal. Did I call him Cow? I'm sorry. That probably sounded very mean. Thank you for the party, Mars. It was lovely, despite the assholes showing up and ruining it. Alright, medbay time. You report for your first shift as Dr. Instance's nursing assistant. Instance was never supposed to be the literal doctor for everyone in the colony. All of the colony's medical needs were supposed to be covered by the med beds, and then eventually with trained medical professionals from your generation. With the growing number of wounded and sick, it's pulling Instance's attention away from her actual work in the lab, hence why she needs the help. I'm a doctor, not a physician, Instance grumbles as she swipes through her holopalm to give you access to the medbay systems. I can study the local xenofauna so it stops killing us, or I can treat burns and upset tummies. I can't do both. There, she says as the haptics in your holopalm pulse. You should have access. Now don't bother me for anything less than a cranial bleed. It's a med bed, not a jar of leeches. Just follow the instructions and push the right buttons. You need something, ask Congruence. Congruence beams at you from her holomonitor. Can you handle that? I'm not brave enough to say I can handle anything. If it's documented, I'll figure it out. I'm a smart girl. Hey, I got some reasoning, which is already maxed out, but whatever. Oh, that won't be a problem, Congruence assures you. I'm basically the sum of all human knowledge and achievement, all indexed and searchable. There are no patients today, so you're going to brush up on your first aid training. Every colonist gets first aid training starting in their early teens. Lungs gotta breathe, heart's gotta beat, blood should stay inside the body. Check. You run through quiz scenarios with Congruence for a whole week. CPR, elevate and put pressure on wounds, wrap broken bones, flush eyes with water, leave foreign objects in, and be real careful with neck injuries. Fun fact, Congruence informs you, in the field, your holopalm can discharge its batteries all at once as a makeshift defibrillator. I don't want a defibrillator coming out of my hand, sorry. First aid is important, but the goal is just to get the person stable long enough to bring them here, to a med bed. That's where you and Dr. Instance will take over. You'll be fine. It might only be a matter of life and death. No biggie. Oh boy. One slot becomes value 4. Well, we should put a low value card there, right? Yeah. Let's see. Do we get any bonuses to flushes or straights? I'm gonna put these together. And then I'm gonna put these together. Ooh. That's pretty good. Yeah. Nice. Alright. Gotta scour the ground for collectibles. I'll do another month in the medbay, I think, just to get that story forward a little bit. Then I'll return to tutoring or the farm. I'm so shallow. I'm basing all my work decisions around who I want to spend time with. Tang, medbay. Nami, tutoring. Farm. Oh, Cal farm, you know. But those happen to be the 3 jobs I feel my character is best suited for, so it all works out. Dr. Instance is very protective of the colony's gene tech machine, which is used to make babies, correcting congenital abnormalities and granting them genetic enhancements before they are implanted in a womb. It's in its own room, locked tight, with all the colony's precious frozen embryos from Earth in an adjoining freezer. It's also sometimes used for deep gene treatments, like gender affirmation therapy. Truly a miracle device. Okay. Alright, we can make a wild card with this. Nice. And then we can do 5, 6, 7. No. How much does this get? 3? Okay. Ugh, not quite the best I could do. We're gaining empathy, that's something. Alright, it's Pollen. Oh, Tang wants to talk. Tangent is about to duck back into engineering when you approach. She winces and shields her eyes from the sun. She looks at you miserably, and you notice that her right eye is glowing faintly. It's my new hollow eye implant, Tang says. Its ghostly glow snaps in and out of existence as she blinks. I seem to be experiencing some unpleasant side effects from it, similar to that of an ocular migraine, Tang confesses. Instance warned me that this level of visual information can be difficult for the human brain to comprehend at first. You'd be the kind of hipster who bought frickin' Google Glass. on release day, wouldn't you have? Tangent. I like her. I like her as a character. Just everything I learn about her, I'm like, I would not be friends with you in real life, girl. You agree to follow her into engineering to get out of the sun. I am a Luddite on my worst days, I feel like. So, yeah, I couldn't be friends with someone who got a cosmetic ocular implant. I'm sorry. It's similar to a holopalm, she explains, still holding her forehead and squinting, but with an infinitely large screen because it projects it directly into the oculus. It used to belong to Dr. Instance, but she passed it down to me to help me with my work. If it's giving you side effects, maybe you should take it out. Yeah, she didn't like that. Are you deficient? Tang snaps. It took me a year to convince her to install the implant. I'm not going to be defeated by the limitations of my body. Yeah. You and your whole I hate being human thing. It's more than an implant, Tang continues as you follow her to the medbay labs. Hollow eyes are on the very forefront of human augmentation. They represent our next steps toward ascending as a species. She touches the red scar where her holopalm used to be. No more clunky screens, no privacy concerns, she says quietly. Elegant, integrated design. It observes the motion of my hands and uses it to generate an AR interface for my entire field of vision. It's partly powered by my own metabolism through the magnets embedded in my skull. It's beautiful. It's horrifying. I hate it. It's no way to live. Nobody else is here. You hear the gentle hum of experiments running in the corner. This kind of technology is so far beyond what we're capable of reproducing in the colony, Tang sighs, rubbing her temple under the implant. Once they're gone, they're gone. Maybe Earth will send us a shipment of new ones someday, but I expect they've developed something more advanced since we left Earth. I suppose it's more likely they've forgotten about us completely. Bring, bring. The quiet hum of the laboratory is shattered by an alarm. Tang jumps at the sudden noise and shuts her eyes tight. I have to get this, she mutters, gesturing in the air to silence the ringing. The simulation I'm running is time-sensitive, she explains. The specimens require minute changes to their environment every 2 hours. Temperature, humidity, light levels. She grimaces. If we had better automation, this wouldn't be a problem. I could do it. I can help with your migraine. What are we doing? I mean, I'd rather help with her migraine. You are in medbay after all. You rummage around for a bottle of triptans and a cold towel. Tangent grudgingly swallows the migraine medicine and lays down on a med bed with a towel over her eyes. You shake your head. This girl needs to take better care of herself. As you apply pressure to her temples, she slowly breathes in and out. After a few minutes, the tension in her face eases. I feel less human now, thank you, she says with a small smile. She wobbles over to her experiment, where she uses the computer to set the environmental parameters for what seems to be some sort of fungal growth comparison. When she's finished, Tang slumps down on the floor in a corner, where it's nice and dark. She folds her arms and lays her head on them. That should buy me 2 more hours. Tang shifts over, wordlessly inviting you to sit down beside her. Her arm is cool to the touch as it rests against yours. Tang turns to you. Thank you for your assistance. Let me take care of you? Yeah, I like that actually. Let me take care of you so you don't have to worry about taking care of yourself because you so obviously refuse to. And you're not interested in doing it, so let someone else do it. I kind of like that as a way to approach her romance. Let's see. We're not really getting anywhere with Cal. I think I'll go for it. Maybe she won't like this. Let me take care of you. Tang gives you a slight smile, barely visible in the faint glow of her hollow eye. People always tell me I should take better care of myself, she says. And they're right, because when other people try to take care of me, they usually get it wrong. Only I know what I need. But you helped, Tang says. Thank you. Please don't tell Instance that my body is adjusting poorly to the hollow eye, she adds. It's only temporary. The stupid flesh prison is not allowed to draw the limits of my form. Okay. Well, that was something. I'm glad we got that. Ooh, crystals. They can give that to Nami. Wherever they are. Hey, Cal. Oh, he waved at me. Ooh, we can make something with creativity 80. Nami is lying wrong ways on a bench, their legs over the back and their head almost touching the ground. They wave when they see you and gesture to turn off their hearspeak. Hey Solana, I can't believe I'm still finding new tunes in the media library. You guys really do have everything. I have a present for you. And they have something to say to me. Nami is in their usual spot in the lounge, surrounded by their steadily growing collection of body pillows and stuffed animals. They're curled up with their arms around a giant plushy creature and seem to be scrolling listlessly through the movies available in the Colony Media Archive. Find anything good, or you okay? No, Nami pouts. I've been betrayed. I finished all of Maid Stalker Ares and it ended on a cliffhanger. They tip over onto their side, clutching their plushie to their chest in anguish. I didn't know that the stratosphere had left Earth before the series finished airing, Nami whines. You have every episode except for the two-parter season finale. They bury their face against the plushie. No, we'll never know how it ends, they sniffle. It's not fair that we'll never have any new shows to watch. This isn't about the show, is it? Nami wipes their eyes and heaves a big sigh. Yeah, they say, not meeting her eye. I guess that's kind of true. It just reminds me that, They pick at a thread of their plushie. You know, they continue quietly, that, everything ends, and sometimes it's a lot sooner than you expected. When I got here, I remember looking at your huge media library and thinking, wow, galactic, I'm never gonna run out of things to watch. It felt like the whole world was still ahead of me, ready to be discovered. A new planet, new people, a new life. Nami digs their fingers into their plushie. Now it feels like everything's just on fire all the time, and everyone is always on my case about how I need to grow up. What's so bad about being innocent? Why does everything have to be so grim all the time? They wipe their eyes again. And I don't get any more episodes of this stupid show I like. It's not fair. Yeah, sometimes the outside problem is a problem. And just because it's a little more petty than the big issue doesn't mean it's not valid. It's hard. I get it. I relate to Nami in a lot of ways. Nami nods, their chin wobbling as they try to keep it together. Yeah, they say, tipping their head up to the ceiling and trying to put on a brave smile. Thanks for getting it, Solana. Nice. Alright, what card would we get out of this? That's one big something. Oh boy. We can try to work on our creativity. I don't know. Medbay again. I liked making some progress with Tang. I liked that. Anemone comes in with a training injury, a gouge that runs from her knee to her ankle. She hobbles in with a big smile. This one's gonna be kick-ass, she crows, as you help her get into the medbed. The medbeds are miraculous technology, combined with genetic modifications made to your body. They can cure diseases and make your cells regenerate quickly, repairing even the most mangled limbs. If you're still attached to your body, the medbed can heal it, if it's still attached to your body. For Anemone, though, her genetic mutation means that instead of regenerating smooth new skin, she gets rough blue scales instead, much stronger than human skin. Anemone flicks the dials on the control panel and fiddles with the angle of the lamp overhead. Seriously, this thing is more comfortable than my bed. It's worth more than the whole ship too, Instant snaps, so don't break it. Anemone pulls her hands in with an awkward giggle. You connect to the medbed with your holopalm and see the interface and diagnostics there. It's a confusing mess of readouts and buttons. The user's manual is ridiculously obtuse. You ask Instance for help, but she just scoffs. I don't have time or the temperament to walk you through it. I learned how to use it myself, so can you. Just don't break it. Press the right buttons. Hey, we're friends with Anemone again. I mean, not really. Let's see. Yeah, that's pathetic. It's really very intuitive if you have half a brain for it. You figure out the machine with zero problems. The sun lamp turns on. The monitor says, please lie still for 2 hours. Anemone groans. It's gonna take forever, she complains. Stay with me a while? You end up staying the whole time, keeping Anemone company. Nice. Alright. Alright, we can... Nice. And... There's not much we can do with this. Yeah? The value is going to stay wild no matter what, so... Oh! Just barely. And the score sucked. Okay. Mid-pollen. Alright, any collectibles? I really feel like getting character scenes is at the whim of whether or not you can get collectibles. A sturdy mushwood log. Who likes these? I feel like I've tried the mushwood log on everybody, but I can't get anyone to take it. Alright. I feel like I'm neglecting the farm. Ooh, another log. Sweet. I feel I'm neglecting the farm, so I think I'll do some farm work. You and Cal become closer as you work in the fields together. He's a really, well, down-to-earth guy. Simple, kind, always ready to lend a hand or an ear. Sweet. Yeah. Make that wild. Have a 3 of a kind there with our wild value. Sweet. I think that's about as good as we can get it. Or not. Oh, our stress is getting up there. Oh, hey. Did we get a perk? We got a perk from being tough. Red cards get +1 in physical challenge. Well, it's a good thing I mean, too bad. It's too bad I don't have any red cards. I have like 3. And that I never do physical challenges. But it's nice to have, I suppose. We probably get access to, like, pets and stuff if we do explorations, because that's the one side of this game that I didn't explore at all, is explorations, ironically enough. Someone did tell me that Socks, the dilly pillar that Cal was taken care of, could have been a, like, actual pet in this game, but we let her run away. I assume because the entire quest was bugged. Alright. Let's play the photo phoner for help with Nami. You're relaxing after hours when Aunt Anne pops her head into the lounge. The kitchen, she announces in an artificially sweet voice, is looking for someone to help with part-time cooking duties. Someone young, someone responsible, someone organized. Someone, she stares pointedly at the teens in the room, who might have too much free time on their hands. Sure. Unlock cooking in the living quarters. A little too late for that, I think. She bustles over to you. You'll be perfect, Solana, she says, hugging you. Then loudly to the others in the room, she declares, I'm glad somebody around here is responsible enough to put in their share of work. Everyone else ignores her, shifting awkwardly. No one wants to disappoint their auntie. Aunt Anne gestures to the nearby cafeteria and tells you to come by next week so she can show you the ropes. Alright, that's locked. But we can get a pretty good 4 of a kind going there. And... or... hold on. I mean, I guess there's no way to... hold on. No, there's no way to make this not a 5. So I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Then we get a 2 of a kind here, a flush, and a 3 of a kind. That's pretty good. Hey, it was our best possible score. 6 creativity, dang. Alright. Cooking. Should we check out cooking? What will that get us? Looking around for collectibles. I should probably end the episode soon, but I want to at least look in the lounge and see what cooking will give us. That, I assume, is something that Tammy would have liked because she always made those sweets. So I don't think it'll get us friendship with anybody. Because she is not with us anymore. But I don't know. I want to see what it is. We unlocked it pretty late. Help in the kitchens. Creativity, empathy, kudos. Okay, it's kind of lame. It seems like something we could have unlocked so much earlier. I probably won't bother with it. Okay. We made some progress. I feel like I have made a lot of good progress on Tang's romance, even if she didn't like a lot of the flirt options I gave her. I wonder, we don't have much of the game left. We have a year and a half left. I think it ends when we become 20, when we turn 20. So when do these romances take effect? Have I already, when do we see the actual romance scenes? Have I missed them already? I don't know. It'd be a shame. I always like romancing characters in games with dating sim elements. I know some people are like, can't I just play the rest of the game and skip the dating? But I'm here for the dating. I like that. I like that kind of game. And it'll be a shame if I messed it up, but it's a blind playthrough of a game with some tricky mechanical aspects, so it'll make sense if I mess something up. There are always future playthroughs. Alright. I guess I'll see you all again next time. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.